The first issue of stamps for Cuba, they started in 1855, were printed, of course, when Cuba was a Spanish colony. They're normally called Spanish Antilles because the stamps were used in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and briefly in Veracruz, Mexico. But really, and the Philippines, I forgot the Philippines, for the higher values. Uh, but really, the stamps are typically Cuban stamps. These stamps are some of the stamps that I collected the earliest back in 81, 82, 83, 84 when I was in high school and junior high. So I'm just going to show you, and they're actually on the plate because these are all Cuba Scott #1. And I'm going to use my handy little uh, plate for the watermark, and I'll be turning that on pretty soon. But also, I'm going to use my camera and the tripod to swim around to show you all the different specimens. So I'm going to start zooming in, and every now and then you'll see my hand, but I'm going to try to not do that. Okay, so let's see. Let's start zooming in. The colors of Scott #1, the first Cuban stamps of 1855, on the undulating race watermark, tend to the dark colors. They're somewhat muddy. It's supposed to be blue-green, and it eventually would become, but really they're all kinds of like olive, really. Very rarely you will see a specimen like this one, which is actually a solid dark blue-green, almost like a dark turquoise. But you're gonna see them be very dark colors, and that's a mint specimen. And also, one of the things that you will see with mint specimens is that they'll have some toning because the gum tones the stamp. This is the reason why I love stamps that do not have, that are ungummed, even though people for the sake of quality, let me zoom in even more because my iPhone allows me to do that. Uh, I think for long-term preservation, it is my opinion that ungummed mint specimens are the way to go. That's just my take. So you'll see that all these stamps are really some kind of dark olive green. Um, yeah, these are all very dark shades. Now, they're also sort of a uh, self ordered or grouped because I myself, when I was seeking to buy these stamps, knew that the darker shades were more desirable, and so I made it my purpose to find as many of, like, for example, there is a shade, and I'm showing it here with this blue postmark. This stamp is almost black, and actually that is an important plate variety. That is a Corfus variety. You'll see if you look uh, at the F right here, you'll see that should be an E. So there are, I think, 13 different positions in the plate that are Corfus varieties, and that's one of them. This one has a Spanish postmark. Sometimes the letters would land in Spain, and the stamp had not been postmarked in Cuba, and then the postal authorities in Spain would postmark the stamp. That's actually a pretty rare, even though I believe that when you examine this stamp for quality, it's got some flaws. I think so. I know for a fact. I think it's even like joined. Yeah, it got split and somebody joined it. Yeah, it must have been that it got damaged on the letter. But still, if I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't know it. I would still put it on a page in an exhibition because it looks perfect. It looks great. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't looking out for Corfus, but it just kind of dawned on me that I've got a few of them in here. Yeah, anyways. All right, let's go down to the bottom row. Now, when you see these stamps with these ink marks, those were stamps that were used to purchase newspaper subscriptions. And that's why you will always find them in large blocks. They're worth a lot less. There's this also the long bar marking that you're seeing in this stamp in the center. That is also a postmark or an official uh, marking, it is not a postal use. It's not postal use. Yeah. But yeah, so this is all Scott #1. I'll make some more videos about some of the other ones that I have. I collected the stamp a lot. That is a very beautiful, very dark olive shade. One of the scarcest shades. These right here, these at the bottom, culminating, and you'll see with this beautiful specimen. That O was applied on registered covers, and so this came from a registered cover, and this stamp it's almost black. I paid like $13 for this stamp on eBay. I just had to have it. It's one of those where I just had to have it. Okay, so I think we're ready to turn on this this plate. Yeah, now you're seeing the watermark. So now let's go back and look at the watermark on all of them, and you'll see that the undulating rays typically are found between the stamps, but there is a variety. You'll see them slowly shift, and there is a variety where they're run right through the middle, and I think it only happens in one row of the sheet. Yeah, I love this device, man. This backlight is just kicking butt. Yeah, so you can see they're all wavy rays, or undulating rays, or whatever they're called. I say wavy rays because of the Argentinian stamps. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go down to the bottom row. I believe if it's not one of these stamps, then I've got it on another page of a stock book, and I'll just drag it out and make a video of it. I love these stamps. They have a lot of emotional value for me. They're some of the stamps that I first collected. So they remind me of my high school years. Yeah, look at that one. That one's got a big shift in the watermark. Yeah. That one too. That one's also slightly shifted. Yeah. But these are more on the normal side. Slightly shifted too, but that's normal. Yeah, I know for a fact that I have one specimen that's completely shifted, but it's not in this range. I'll just show it in the next video that I make about these stamps. I'm gonna go sequentially. Through the series, showing the ones that are the 1855 issue, and the 1856 issue, and then the 1857 issue. And the watermarks changed. Eventually, the 1857 one doesn't have a watermark. All right.